Good morning, children. Today we will do the lesson cookies. Now, before starting up with the lesson, let's discuss few important points about the lesson. Now, first and foremost, let's know about the author. The author of the lesson is Douglas Adams. He was also a scriptwriter, essayist, humorist, satirist, and dramatist. And Adams' contribution in UK radio is commemorated in the Radio Academic's Hall of Fame. Now, about the plot. The plot. It is a detailed encounter with a stranger who had stolen the author's cookies. Yes, you heard it right. Cookies. Now, what is the theme? What do we learn after reading the lesson? Actually, it is an example of paradigm shift, a total change in one's perspective. And characters Douglas and stranger, and setting is at the station. So, as we talked about the setting, the our story begins from the station. Now, if we talk about the story is written by Douglas Adams, where he explains the first person perspective rule, which basically means the story which is told by the narrator is also lived by him too, or you can also refer to it as he is telling you about an incident which occurred to himself. He talks about a detailed encounter with a stranger who had stolen the author's cookies. Now, for this you can see he has used first person. This actually did happen to a real person, and the real person was me, and this me stands for Douglas Adams. Now he is narrating the whole story to us. Now, what actually happened in the story? What does the narrator want to tell us? Now, the author had arrived a bit earlier for his train. He was waiting for it at the station, and when he got himself a packet of cookies and sat at the coffee table, an ordinary man suited in business clothing was standing in front of him. He clearly took the packet of cookies, tore it and opened it and started eating. You can see here. What he did was this. He suddenly leaned across, picked up the packet of cookies, tore it open, took out and ate it. Now this, I have to say, is the sort of thing the British are very bad at dealing with. There's nothing in our background, upbringing or education that teaches you how to deal with someone who is in broad daylight has just stolen your cookies. Now, this is very important, how Douglas explains himself as an Englishman. He is he's not able to cope with the situation that he purchased a packet of cookies and somebody else is eating cookies. Somebody in front of him sitting and tore the packet in front of him and started eating the cookies. So for some time, but in the end I did what any red-blooded English man would do. I ignored it. He tried to ignore, and I stared at the newspaper, took a sip of coffee, tried to do the clue. He kept himself engaged in reading the newspaper, or you can say he tried at least, but he couldn't do anything and thought, what am I going to do? And again, what happened in the end, I thought nothing for it, I will just have to go for it, and I tried very hard not to notice the fact that the packet was already mysteriously open. And what he did, so he just takes a cookie himself. Now, and a minute later the guy takes another cookies. Now it was out of control for Douglas, and what he did, Douglas also, the author also started eating cookies with him. And slowly you can see we went through the whole packet like this. When I say means like this means the stranger was also eating and Douglas was also eating. So, and finally Douglas says, when I say the whole packet, I mean there were only about 8 cookies, but it felt like a lifetime. Now, when the author was talking about the whole packet, there were only 8 cookies, but that 8 cookies became a matter of prestige. became a very serious matter for Douglas, and he took it on his ego, and somewhere his ego was hurt that how a stranger can take up his packet of cookies. So this is the way, and so when the strangers started eating, he couldn't control himself, and he also started eating the cookies. Now finally, when the cookies was over, now what they did, the author finished his coffee and picked, next thing both men exchanged meaningful looks, and the stranger walked away. Now finally what happened, the author finished his coffee and picked up a newspaper and saw that underneath the newspaper were his own cookies. Now what was wrong there? That Douglas was eating strangers' cookies, and Douglas' cookies were just hidden underneath the newspaper. Now this was really very very bad for Douglas, and he couldn't he was feeling ashamed of himself, but he was helpless and he couldn't do anything. Now astonishingly, there was a man out there in England who too shared the same story as the author, and the only difference was that there was no punchline. And why there was no punchline? Because this happened with Douglas, and that stranger was sharing the story, and there was no punchline. And what do we mean? The punchline actually means the last few words of a joke that make it funny. And what makes it funny? That Douglas Adams found the cookies underneath the newspaper. So this is a humorous kind of story, children, and I also giggled a lot. But after my giggling had settled, I couldn't stop pondering about that doesn't this seemingly improbable story happen all the time, only slightly different. Now how it is different? How often do we think somebody is plain wrong or is unfair to us, when in fact it is exactly the other way round? Means we have done wrong, and we very easily blame others that this person or this friend of mine or this relative of mine has done wrong with me. Now actually this is a terribly good example of a changing of perspective, one's perspective. It is a total change in one's perspective. Now Douglas picked up the newspaper, which triggered the paradigm shift. Now if he hadn't picked up the newspaper, he would have walked around for the rest of his life believing that the other guy was pretty weird. So what do we learn from the lesson? So what the lesson teaches us? So in my opinion, I think whenever we think we are treated badly or others are plain wrong, we should try hard to find the newspaper and pick it up. So this is what we learn. Means we should try to keep ourselves free of these things, and believe me children, once we will free ourselves from such thinking that this person has done wrong, or that person has done wrong to us, or this is not she is not a good friend of mine, and this 50% of our problems in life will be solved. This is what even the narrator wants to say to us in a humorous way. And the story teaches us that we should not start judging. We should not try to judge anybody. Instead, we should try to improve ourselves. So hope children you have understood. Thank you. Have a good day.